he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Wow. Thank you guys for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo the Shades of the Second. What's up? We're back.
Yeah, Tony Yayo couldn't be here, so I had to step in today, Terry.
What's good, man? You know what we're doing over here on the Habitual Line Steppers. So this is the NBA Western Conference preview. My boy Garrett did the East. I'm Terry, and I'm doing the West. You ready to get started?
Yes, sir. Excited. NBA season kicks off tonight.
Tuesday, baby. Was it October 24th? Yep. Let's get it. It's about to be super fun, man. I can't wait, man. I can't believe it's here. We getting League Pass or what? What are we doing?
Yeah. We'll just call it League Pass, but I got all the games.
Oh, okay.
Bootleg.
Shout out to the bootlegs all over the world. All right, we're going to do the West. We did the East. If y'all want to go check that out, just go to our YouTube page at The Habitual Line Steppers. Or you're already on the page watching us, so find it. It's the last episode we did. 15-1. Started from the bottom, now we're here. You ready for this? Number 15?
Started from the bottom, and there's still a bottom?
Yeah. Speaking of bottoms, the Portland Trailblazers, brother. 15. 15. Not much. There could be an argument for other teams, but I like their coaches more than Chauncey Billups, who's a convicted. Well, no. You know what? It's all alleged, so I won't put that out there. I won't put that on the airwaves. Yeah, I got them at 15. They're an unknown. They're probably going to try to bottom out. Scoot is probably going to play like 40 minutes a game. I don't believe in dominating. I believe in discriminating. I believe in vacating. But I don't believe in DeAndre Ayton. Plus, they got Robert Williams there for no reason. Sharp, Simons. Team doesn't make sense as currently constructed right now. They're young. They're not trying to win, so Portland's at the bottom.
Yeah, no arguments from me here, sir. Yeah. They're on the bottom of mine, too. Their whole team is guards and centers and nothing in between whatsoever.
Their team makes no sense. It makes no sense. Plus,
Jeremy Grant still playing for the Portland Trailblazers for now. We'll see how long that lasts.
Big trade bait on that one. He might be a nice key piece for somebody. Hopefully this year. I'd like to see him go somewhere where he can win. Because even if he stays there for 2 to 3 seasons, I mean they're max gonna win the same amount when Dame was there, like 40. I mean, besides, the year when they were actually decent, like 3 years they were decent, and then they made it, past the second round like once. But yeah, they're not trying to win, so I'm not. They're at the bottom, bro. Chauncey Billups, another year of being garbage. Do your job. That's it. Not much to say about them.
You gotta love these straight from the ESPN analyst booth to coaching for the first time hires.
I mean, look, bro. Who you supposed to get Budenholzer in them? Those type of guys,
right?
Dudes have been coaches for a long time.
I'm not sure he wants to rebuild, but maybe one of the guys on his staff. All those other guys turned out pretty well. Whether it was Taylor Jenkins or Quinn Snyder or what was your boy? He was Nate Atkinson. He's still available. Yeah. He might be a good fit with this group.
It's a lot of dudes, but nah. Portland, they don't have a team. I mean, they got Drew. They traded him. They had him go to fucking media day for some reason. I would have been like, you can stay home, bro. There's no need for you to put on Portland gear. That's a waste. Send me that Portland jersey, by the way.
I love your nickname, Vacating. I think that's the one to go with the rest of the year.
He's gonna be vacating a lot of fucking space on the court, being stupid, trying to score 25 points a game. It's just a clusterfuck of people that are trying to prove themselves, bro. That's pretty much what this team is. But let's not spend too much time at the bottom. Let's go on to my number 14 squad. This one might surprise you, but the whole West is a difficult one. I thought about this for a second, but I think I'm going to have to go with the San Antonio Spurs and your boy Victor Wembanyama, bro. Oh, hold on. Before we skip, Trailblazers over under 28.5?
Under.
Okay. I go under too. I damn near locked that motherfucker in. But yeah. Anyways, 14 for me was sent. Oh, go ahead.
Vacating whatever hopes they have of hitting the over.
All right, we vacating over here. All right, San Antonio is my number 14 team, bro. I know they got the star-studded Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, he's German now. He's not French. Victor Wembanyama.
I know they got Vic, but honestly, the only other person I like is Keldon Johnson. I mean, they got Graham from Charlotte. The other person they paid on the team was Devin Vassell, because they had to. I mean, the dudes
I mean, he's good. You know, he
decent.
scored like 19 a game. He played some D. I will say last year he only played like 35 games. So maybe him playing more helped him out.
That was just an odd payment to me. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, but this year is pretty much just going to be about the development of Victor Wembanyama. You know, Pop's going to coach him up, see what they can do. But besides that, not a lot of promising dudes on there. I mean, you like anybody on the team? McDermott, Johnson, Shawan, who shoots fucking free throws one-handed. I mean,
Sohan?
It's like a fucking pony show down there. So
I do like Sohan. I'm not going to lie.
You like him? He's
I do.
Scrappy. He's scrappy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do anything but play defense, hustle his ass off, and rebound. So
give Victor the ball.
He's like if Nick Collison was athletic.
I can see that. But as far as their prospects for this year, I don't really see them doing a whole lot. The West is tough as shit at the top. And to about like seed 8, 9, and 10, possibly 11, it's just a tough West. So I just don't see San Antonio picking up sneaky wins on anybody. They're not going to surprise anybody. You know, they're going to be bad. Like, no one else on their team, I don't think gets crazy buckets. I mean, last year, they had 3 dudes that scored above 15 points a game?
Yeah, so, Keldon Johnson had like 20. Vassell had 19.
Like 19, but he, like you said, he only played like 35 games last year. So I guess we'll get to see what he can do. They're not playing the dude who showed his dick to the psychiatrist, right?
Or is he Josh Primo? He's out the league. Yeah, he's out the league.
Yeah, so nothing crazy going on there, bro. They're at 14.
Besides Wembanyama on a night-to-night basis, like. He's going to set the NBA record for like blocking 3-pointers. I'm 100% certain of that.
Did you see that picture of him blocking Andrew Wiggins 3?
I sure did. My goodness sakes. You saw the Dallas Mavericks that got their coaches fucking walking around with brooms and shit, talking about Wemby. Like,
yeah, I saw that, bro. He's tall as hell, bro. Didn't they say his wingspan was like 8 something, like 8'2"?
Just unbelievable. And did you see the nutmeg that he had where he dribbled it between old dude's legs in full court? Like, I'm not sure what the hell we're watching right now, but I'm excited to probably more excited to tune into this bottom feeder team than any of the other teams that are going to be ahead
San
of them
Antonio?
in this list. Yeah.
I mean, the hype's there. He's shown us stuff in the preseason as well. So I can't wait to watch him. But personally, I don't think the team's going to be very good. And I think most people are going to agree with it. Is he Rookie of the Year lock, though? Is he Rookie of the Year lock?
I don't know if it's a lock, but I don't know if it's a lock. I think Chet looking pretty good, too.
Well, Chet looks good, but he's got SGA on the team. That's the only objection I have to that.
But if they make the playoffs and Wemby is, on a terrible team, a lot of people are going to be like, well, he's actually doing this in games that count as opposed to just putting up stats.
They didn't give it to Melo. If the hype machine is this big, it's got to go to Victor. Because remember when Melo and LeBron had the back and forth? Melo actually took the Nuggets to the playoffs. And I believe LeBron's team only won about 32 games that season. And they still gave it to LeBron.
Sir. You ain't wrong.
Yeah, he averaged 25 and 5, and they gave it to him. Melo made the playoffs with similar numbers. Just saying. It's all about the hype machine. Victor's probably getting that. That's a lock. Over-under for the Spurs, 29.5. What you got?
Under.
I could see 29, but I could also see 28. That's a tough one. That's a good fucking number. Shout out to Vegas for being pieces of shit. Yeah, I'll probably go under as well. Ready to move on?
I think this is probably their last good chance to get another blue chip guy to put next to them. Like, they got some good role players over there, but I don't think anybody looks at Malachi Branham or Devin Vassell or
I don't look at anybody on the roster and I'm just like, oh yeah, I could see him with Victor for the next 7 years. No.
Exactly. They're probably their last chance to get one of those guys before Victor gets too good and y'all can't tank. So I think they take it up. They let Trey Mann have the ball in his hands for 80 possessions a game. and they probably get another blue chip guy who can be a second fiddle to Victor going forward.
Yeah, I'm just crossing my fingers that he plays at least 70 games or so, because that'd be awesome to see. I just want to see him play, man. That's it. Just play, bro. No injuries. Basketball gods, do you hear me? No injuries. All right.
Knocking on wood.
Please. All right, ready for next?
Yes, sir.
So the next squad. Probably going to have a similar record that they had last year. Maybe a couple added wins, but better coach this year.
I know where you're going on this.
Yep. The Ime Udoka Houston Rockets, baby. They're going to be sitting at my number 13, man. I like Ime, man, but when you look at this fucking roster and the whole James Harden saga, I think is finally gone. I think he X'd that out, and that's not going to happen. He's got complete control of the squad. And like he did with Boston when they completely like overhauled all that, minus him fucking a subordinate. He really gave it to the boys. He was like, Jason Tatum, shut up. Well, go ahead.
I will say, I don't think you have to worry about him fucking a subordinate in Houston. Charles Barkley told me they got a lot of big women out there.
In Houston as well? Wow, Houston's got the bigums? That's crazy.
No, it was San Antonio. That's right.
Yeah, that's San Antonio. I was like, yeah, they got him too? Everything's bigger in Texas.
Exactly.
Nah, but like, when you look at the roster, bro, I know as good of a coach as he is, and I'd probably still go over on their over-under, but I won't let you know the number yet, but it's still not totally making sense to me. Like, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, kind of two dudes that take a lot of bad shots. I don't know how Jalen Green and Brooks and VanVleet are going to work on the same court, along with Jabari Smith Jr., and then you got your boy
inefficiently.
Yeah, I just don't really see, like, this roster's bad. That's all I'm going to say. Like, they got a bad roster. They got a lot of promising guys. Like, I like Cam Whitmore. He showed some stuff in the preseason. Amen Thompson, he might be decent this year, but it's still a lot of dudes that want to prove themselves, even though, like, I know Ime is going to be shaking his head and being like, what the fuck did you just do? And call timeouts just to yell at one person, which would be awesome. I'm definitely going to be watching them a lot. I need to see Ime do his thing, but I can't see them getting more than like 30-something wins. And if the Trailblazers get around 20-something, Spurs get around 20-something, I see the Rockets around like 30, maybe 31 wins. So not much is happening with the Rockets again. 3 years.
No arguments from me. No arguments, sir. I got the same order as you for the bottom three. I am wearing a Houston Rockets fitted right now. Shout out to David Douglas, who just left the shit outside his house when he moved out. I'm 100% picked that up. Act like I'm a Rockets fan if they do make the playoffs. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on.
My eternal love fest with Alperen Şengün. That's who I'm watching most this year. Yeah. Can this guy actually hold up and play some defense? If he doesn't, Ime Udoka is going to yank his ass off the floor. I did like the addition via subtraction on Kevin Porter Jr. Just being we'll take Victor Oladipo, who's out for the season, and we'll give you draft picks just to get the fuck out of here. Like, we're so sick of you.
That's how you run our organization, Charlotte.
I did hear a hilarious quote about Dylan Brooks. I forget what podcast I heard this on, but I think it bears repeating. They said he's the type of player that you hate when he's on the other team, but when he's on your team, you hate him.
That's beautiful. I love that. But so like last year they were 22-60, bro. What kind of win improvement are you looking for Houston?
I'm not even looking for win improvement. I'm looking for individual improvement. Like, just maybe 5 games. Can Jalen Green play like a style of basketball that I can't see in the overtime elite league? Can Alperen Şengün defend anybody? Can Tari Eason dribble with his left hand at any point this next season?
Not worried about him.
Can Jabari Smith like turn into a quality player? He looks probably the most promising out of all those guys.
Yeah, he looks
based on Summer League. Can Cam Whitmore do anything besides score? It just seems like they have a lot of one-dimensional players or guys with big holes in their game. Can Fred VanVleet shoot above 40% from the field?
Yeah,
and Dylan Brooks.
That's an ask.
You know what I mean? So they got good NBA players when they're asked to play a specific role. I'm not sure
Yeah.
you can put 10 role guys together and expect them to carry the load, which is why they're the third worst team in the Eastern Conference.
Most Western Conference, but most likely.
Yeah. We're going to move them over if they
and the
keep playing this
East.
bad.
They'll be the worst in the East and the West. Nah, I mean, so you got Ime. All the pressure's not on him though, because they did get vets, like you said. They got Oladipo, they got Jeff Green to kind of help. They got Reggie Bullock, and they got Boban, big fella. They got some vets. They got some vets to kind of at least help guide Ime in the direction of kind of what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's that. Also, I don't know what Jalen Green is, bro. I feel like he might just be a 6 man a year type dude. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like he's just a super athletic Damon Stoudemire at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna be. I think Ime is gonna yell at him a lot. He's probably he'll be number one. Like, I'm screaming at you at all times. But over under for the Rockets, like I said, was 31.5. If I didn't say it, that's it. Where would you go with that one? Last year they were 22-60. Like I said,
Under.
Ooh, that's 3 straight unders.
Yeah,
For
these
the
are the
bottom.
3 worst teams in the West.
All right, moving on. Number, we have 15, 14, 13. Number 12, the Utah Jazz for me, buddy. Now, I'm still unsure about their coach. You know, I don't really know what I'm going to
Not
get
a big
from them.
Will Hardy guy.
Nah, not yet. I mean, last year I think most of their success came from they actually had a legit decent roster, and they should have seen it on paper and be like, these dudes are actually pretty good. We should probably make some trades before the season started, but they didn't. Started off way too hot, ended up 37.
First of all,
45.
how are you going to just disrespect John Collins like that?
So who's better, Mike Conley or John Collins?
Mike Conley.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. I'll take Mike Conley at 48 before I take John Collins at 20. Like, stop it. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I like John Collins, though. I'm not trying to disrespect him, but if you compare him to Mike Conley, that's tough. Look,
But I'm not sure he could play alongside Walker Kessler. 2 guys who can't shoot. John Collins couldn't rebound last year. I think after 20 games, they're going to be begging Kelly Olynyk to come take those minutes.
Yeah. Also, all their additions are just weird. Like, Chris Dunn makes no sense for me. And everybody keeps talking every fucking year after he left the Heat. Everybody's waiting for him to do some shit. That shit ain't. Wait, is that the right Chris Dunn? Or I'm thinking about the wrong Chris Dunn. Which Chris Dunn is this?
The Chris Dunn that got drafted by the Bulls and then traded.
He's the Providence one.
Yeah, he's the dude who's like the number 3 overall pick by the Bulls. Then he went to the Wolves. Then he went to the Hawks. Then he went to the Guangdong Tigers, and now he's back.
No, I'm tripping. That's my mistake. But this team, I don't think this team is very deep, though. That's the problem. Like, they got Clarkson, Markkanen. You got Keontae George. You drafted him. Collins, Walker, Kessler, Collins, Sexton. Yeah, and then if you
all score first guards. Like,
yeah, and if you want to say Kelly Olynyk, you can go ahead and say that if you want. But I don't really like this team. I don't know about the coach. I know Lauri Markkanen's a beast. He showed us last year he can lead a team to actually some decent numbers. But yeah, I don't see them getting with the West kind of getting better, bro. The Lakers definitely getting way better last year and coming in with that squad pretty much the same. It's gonna be hard to find those 37 wins that they got last year, bro. I just don't see the hot start that they got last year coming again. So I got them at 12.
Especially with trying to integrate John Collins. Certainly not going to be a hot start.
Yeah. You think is it going to be a disappointing season though if they come in 12th? Do you think they want to make the playoffs, or are they trying to tank again?
Dealer Danny, he's just like, listen, man, we just collecting assets. We just
collected
draft picks. We just collecting assets. We're going to be ready to go in 5 years. If you had to guess how old Talen Horton-Tucker is, what would you say?
25.
22 years old. Just turned 22.
Whoa, that's crazy. Seems like he's been in the league for 7 years. Good Lord.
Yeah, I think the problems with this team begins and ends with their guards. Keontae George might be the best fit, and he's a rookie, so they're usually up and down. And then everyone else is like they want to do the same thing. Jordan Clarkson wants to shoot. Colin Sexton wants to shoot. Talen Horton-Tucker wants to shoot, but he can't shoot. I just don't see this working out. Who's going to guard like the bigger wings? Who's going to guard the bigger guards? Like,
Yeah, their wing situation's pretty bad. Honestly though, I don't know what Danny Ainge is gonna do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they like tried to sneak somebody good just because they have all the picks and stuff. You know, I'm just putting it
Jeremy
out there.
Grant, come on
Maybe,
over.
maybe. I don't know. But yeah, they're just not gonna be good. Then the West is tougher, so I just don't see it. Over under for the Jazz, 35.5.
Under.
Going under. Damn, 4 straight unders. Let's
You're
keep it moving to the team that is getting eliminated from the playoffs and the play-in. The number 11 team in the West. Tough titty. Unless they make moves, which they have not done, to my eyes, they will not be making the playoffs again. The Dallas Mavericks. I got them at 11, bro.
Ooh.
Yep, got them at 11. We saw it last year. The Luka Kyrie fucking, duo does not work defensively. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care what's going down. They're not going to win unless they do something drastically. Like Grant Williams is not the one I was looking for. That's not the move I was looking for. Like, oh yeah, that's the toughness they needed. When he's fucking Luka Doncic, like challenges him to flex after every question in a press conference for their preseason. Like, cool. You guys are cool and fun. Fuck out of here. They're not going to.
He's just getting bullied and he doesn't know it. Like he thinks he's like one of these guys that wants to join a frat, so he does all the like fucking they let everyone haze him and fucking do all types of crazy shit. And he's like, these guys are gonna be my brothers in 2 months. It's like, no, this guy put his nuts in your mouth. Like you're not gonna be brothers after this.
Yeah, so last year when they traded for Kyrie, they went 5-11 down the stretch, and they basically just sat out both of them at the end to miss the playoffs so they wouldn't give their pickup. That's a real winning attitude they got there in Dallas. So, yeah, with that being said, defensively, I just don't see it. I don't like any of the defenders they got on the team to help them out. You're going to need more than just fucking a rookie and what's the dude's name?
Another rookie. A rookie and another rookie.
And
Omax Prosper and the light-skinned dude from Duke.
Derek Lively.
Yeah.
Like, no. Stop it. Y'all,
I like both of them, but not like immediately as soon as they step on the court. In 3 years, they'll probably be good.
Yeah.
Not this season.
It's a tough ask for them to just like jump in and be really, really fucking good like that. But I mean, who's
the third best player on this team?
Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Yikes. Y'all not making the playoffs. Y'all not making the playoffs.
It's got to be Tim, right? I got to take a look at the roster again, but
it's either him or Grant Williams. Like those are the only candidates.
It can't be Grant. Seth Curry?
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, man. And we didn't even talk about
Rejuvenation?
The Dark Cloud, right? Who was spent overseas playing in China for 2 years. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about the dark cloud hanging over this franchise and really the entire globe. If you cut a piece out of the globe and then stretch it out to turn into a map, Kyrie Irving. When is the last time that he has not done something crazy to cause upheaval to a team and upend them in a whole season? Like, when's the last time he kept it together for a whole year?
This is his last straw, so he might chill.
Okay.
But I didn't even like factor in his craziness or, intellect. I don't know which way it goes. I don't know which way he goes on the spectrum, but I didn't factor in any of that. They just don't work as a duo. They're great offensively, but defensively they're horrible.
Bold season prediction. Within the first 3 weeks, Kyrie Irving is going to have some unsavory comment about the Israeli-Palestine shit, probably in support of Palestine.
Oh, Lord. Tankathon. Yeah. He might tank it up to go to LA. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to LA one of these days. But all that aside, they're just not
if you had to bet your dog, Sasha, and I'm talking about your Sasha.
Yeah.
That
I got 2
Kyrie
dogs
Irving,
named Sasha.
The alligator. If you had to bet her that Kyrie Irving would end game 82 playing for the Dallas Mavericks, do you feel confident in that bet?
To keep my dog? To say he stayed on the team?
Yeah.
I'd have to bet against that. I'm like, nah, he's not finishing with Dallas. I'm keeping my dog.
Sorry, Kyrie.
I wouldn't bet it. Hey, look, it's just one of those things where it's like, if I'm gonna be wrong, I'm gonna be wrong the other way. I'm not gonna be wrong saying the Mavs are gonna be like a number 2 seed. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yes.
good on that. I'm going the other way on that. Over under 43.5.
Under what? 43.5.
43.5 for the Dallas Mavs.
5 in a
Let me
row.
see.
5 in a row. Mash that under button.
Last year they were 38 and 44.
They're gonna get 5.5 wins more this year. 6 more wins.
That's what they're saying. I mean, their home record was decent. Away record was garbage. Pretty much everybody last year's away record was pretty bad, though. But it's just that final stretch with, like, they were 2-8 in their last 10. They only won 5 games with Kyrie. He was literally the reason why they missed the playoffs. Like, they added him. They wanted to outscore everybody, but you can't outscore the Nuggets. You can't outscore the Suns this year. The Warriors, Lakers. I mean, even the fucking Timberwolves and the Thunder and the Kings. Like, all those offensive teams. You're not going to just outscore them every night. You have to play defense and get stops. Not happening. Next. Anything? Any objections?
I did have them 10th. So we're on the same page.
All
I
right.
think it probably separated maybe a game between them and the next person. Why don't you go ahead, give us your 10th pick to here.
10.
One slot above the Mavs.
10, making it into the play-in. Hopefully making some noise. But another situation where I'm not going to be wrong going the other way on it is the New Orleans Pelicans. Shout out to Zion.
You had them
And Brandon
flip-flopped
Ingram.
with me. I had the Pelicans 11 and the Mavs 10. So we're on the same page here.
Look, ideal world, I'd like to turn off all injuries and let everybody play. I think Zion is a top 5 player unhurt. But if you add the injuries in, I mean, he might be 70th. You just can't count on, bro. How many games did he play last year? Like 35, 30-ish? I just don't know.
In the 4 full seasons that him and Brandon Ingram have played together for the Pelicans, they have only played in 84 games together.
That's very fucking low, man.
That's a quarter of all the games. Can't bet on you guys to make the playoffs.
Yeah, he played 29 games last year. So
it's exactly what you said. It's like, if I'm going to be wrong, I'm not going to do it like betting on the over and saying like, oh, this is the Zion year. Like,
Yep,
I've seen too much. I'm jaded. I got Pelicans PTSD. Sorry, guys.
Can't do it. And it's the main reason is just Zion's health. I mean, and honestly, I don't like this team as much as I did a couple of years ago and maybe even last year. Just because also Brandon Ingram looked really bad in this FIBA cycle. I don't know how his confidence is coming into the season. He doesn't seem to me to be a guy to be like, I'm going to prove everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I don't get those vibes from him. I feel like it either has to go right or it's just going to go wrong. CJ McCollum, another year older. He was.
Let's see if Brandon Ingram also. I'm on a watch for him, and my watch is.
Trade?
Is he going to continue showing up to games on national TV looking like a homeless man?
Yes.
That lets me know everything I need to know about how much you care, sir. You didn't even care enough to get a shape up before you were on TNT.
No, that's true. I just like off-season wise too, though. Like I would have loved to kind of see if they added something to what they have, and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a decent team last year. I get it, but they didn't add anything, So
they lost Jackson Hayes. Their third best player, Troy Murphy Jr. is hurt.
Third. Yeah.
I don't know how long he's going to be out, but I know it's a significant amount of time. Like, you already have your third banana out. Your first banana and second banana have never been able to stay on the court together.
Yeah.
I'm taking the under.
You don't even know what the under is.
I'm taking it.
44.5.
Oh, yeah. Under, baby.
Going under? That's a lot of unders, man. The math has to math, though, bro. The math
Someone has to lose, and someone has to win. And the Pelicans, they're not going to do enough winning this year.
So last year, they made the play-in at 42-40. And I'm predicting the same spot, but it's like even if Zion played 50 games, they might be a 7 seed or an 8 seed. But I don't know how many games he's going to give us, bro. I just really don't. So I just can't go with him, bro. It's unfortunate, but another season lost. Hopefully not, but let's move on. It's a sad, sad day. You ready for this next one?
I am. Number
Number
9.
9. The number 9 team. Sorry, Sacramento. Light the motherfucking beam. But I'm picking you as number 9.
Wow.
Hey, man. Look, last year, let's talk about last year.
Okay.
Sacramento went 48-34, correct? They had a great home record. They had a great away record. Their offensive rating was awesome. Offensively, they scored 118 points per game. Also, I'd like to say they were the healthiest team in the NBA. Okay, De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis played the most games out of any All-NBA or / All-Star duo in the entire NBA. What can I say?
Many of those came with Sabonis having a broken hand that he continued to play through.
He played through it, and he looked like shit versus Draymond because of that too. But besides that, I mean, this year, even if they stay healthy the whole time, I can't predict that they'll be better than Denver, Phoenix, Golden State. LA's better. I mean, even they'll probably be like around where the Clippers are because the Clippers always have fucking injuries and shit. But it's a tougher West, man. It's a tougher West, so I just can't see them being exactly where they are. Plus, OKC got better. I also have to say OKC got better, and Minnesota another year with Karl Anthony Towns back in the lineup. I don't know, man. Kings got to show me something. They didn't really add anybody, significant during the offseason.
Can I stop you there, sir? The EuroLeague MVP?
Oh, God. Okay, go ahead and take that guy, the EuroLeague MVP. Is he showing you some shit in the preseason? I haven't heard shit because I'm not looking for Sacramento.
This dude has a Steph Curry-like quick release, and he's 6'10". Like, the ball is out of his hand so
Sasha
quickly.
Vizhnikov?
Yeah, Vizhenkov, unbelievable. He's definitely going to help with their offense deluge of 3-pointers. Gives them some insurance just in case one of these guys like Murray or Harrison Barnes does go down during the season. I think he's going to help for sure. We'll see if Sabonis can rebound from Draymond using his chest as a bounce house during the playoffs.
We'll
see if he's able to regain his wind and be the hub of an offense. But I know that it's only been one good season in 20 years. I think this team is going to get better defensively under Mike Brown. I don't see them falling off a cliff offensively.
Who's a good defender on the whole team?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, Davion Mitchell is the number one. Harrison Barnes is a good post defender.
But here's the thing.
After that, it really does begin to be like slim pickings defensively.
That's what I'm saying. They're good.
Although Fox has improved tremendously as a defender.
Fox is great, and honestly, I think did he win the clutch award last year, or was that Donovan Mitchell, right?
Yeah, no, he won it.
It was Fox, right? Yeah. So I mean, Fox is great. Don't get me wrong, Fox is great. I think he's actually decently, good defensively, but a big part of the reason why they lost the Warriors.
No rim protection.
That, and they had to play like Davion Mitchell, who was a 0 offensively, to guard Steph because they didn't want De'Aaron Fox doing it, for fucking 48 minutes. So it's like, if you can figure out a way to get Fox to play D&O and try to, even out some of the best guards in the league, I'm cool with it. But if you're putting zeros out there offensively in playoff matchups, it's not going to work. They're just going to go after that shit.
I think Keegan Murray is going to be better defensively. Nobody plays good defense as a rookie unless you're like a, generational type prospect or a just role player who all you have to do is play defense. He looked really good in the summer league. He was probably the best player in the whole summer league.
Yeah, he's really good.
He has a better understanding year 2 in Mike Brown's system. I think he takes another step up. And for all of the negative talk that we've had about them, it took Steph Curry hitting a game winner in Game 7 in the playoffs to put this team away. So
he killed them. Yeah, he absolutely destroyed them. I thought they just kind of beat them by a lot. I didn't think it was a game winner, but Keegan 6'8", 225.
A game-winning performance where he put the whole team on his back. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Keegan's too big to guard the guards. I'm worried about the guards because in the West, Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Steph Curry. LeBron's not a guard. The Lakers don't really have a guard to guard. Grizzlies, Ja Morant,
Are you
Timberwolves.
telling me you don't believe in all defense first team Kevin Herter? Is that what you're not predicting for this year? Him and Malik Monk are going to become the next Tony Allen
Uh,
and Shane Battier?
Anthony Edwards, SGA. Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic. No, I don't see it. Too many guards, man. That's too many. Nah, you got it. They could definitely do a move. I think they need to see what Harrison Barnes can give them. They need to see what I don't. They need a bait. They need a trade bait. They're like I feel like they're one defensive guard piece away. Like Monk could probably go. You know, they need somebody better defensively, man.
All right. They did have the greatest offense in NBA history last year. So that's
They
a
got
good way to
bounced in the
make
first
up.
round.
Well, where you have them now, they're not even making it to the first round.
Well,
So-
I mean, you're in the play-in, so you got a chance. I got them at number 9, so they can still make
All
it.
right.
Over under 44.5. You going over?
Yeah, I'll go over on that. I got
You want-
this is
you
my
want lock
first
that?
real beef, sir. My first real beef, the Sacramento
gonna-
Kings.
Would you lock that over 44.5?
I ain't locking it. but I'll take the over.
You gotta have some conviction, because if I got them at 9, you don't have them around there. Where do you have them?
I had them 6.
All right, so you gotta lock that, dog. 44.5.
Not in this West, where 4 through 11 could all be separated by 2 games. Like, if one person gets hurt for a week, it could swing the whole thing.
Yeah, it was like that last year. 4 through 10. It was 45 wins to 42 wins. The Pelicans had 42 wins.
And the Kings finished 3.
Yeah, but they had 48. That's 4 more wins, though. I'm just
Yeah,
asking. That's something you gotta lock. Stand on it, dog. It's all good. I can't force you into a lock. It's okay.
Nah, I ain't doing it. I'm not locking it, but I will. They're my first over. First over.
All right, got you. First over in the West. All right, number 8, coming in as the new Sacramento Kings. The OKC Thunder for me are gonna be my number 8 squad. Biggest addition is Chet Holmgren. Didn't even have to make a move for him. He just came back healthy as fuck, looking great in the preseason. Could be rookie of the year. Possibly not, just because SGA is going to take a lot of shots, but grabbing boards is something that he can do, and they needed that last year. A little bit of rim protection, even though he's not a beefy guy, not a thick dude, still skinny as shit, but they looked fucking fantastic. SGA looked really good in FIBA ball. Him and Dylan Brooks, great fucking tandem out there in Canadian land, but I just like OKC, man. Your boy, fucking, what's his name? Jalen Williams. Great fucking 3-point shooter. What did he shoot from 3? Like 40-something%?
Yeah, he was almost a 50, 40, 90 guy as a rookie.
Which is insane.
Not to mention the defense and the passing ability that he's shown.
Yeah, I like their team, man. They added another shooter in Bertans. I like Trey Mann getting a little bit more time coming in. Josh Giddey, let's see what he can do defensively. But unfortunately, your boy Pukashevsky. So is he a dud? Is he a dud now?
Uh-oh.
I think he's dudded up.
They drafted him just so they could tank. Like, they're like, you're our tank and secret weapon. Anytime that we're up 8 in the fourth quarter, you're going to go run point guard and we're going to lose this game. I don't know if they're trying to pull the tank and ace out of their sleeve this season. I think they're actually going to try to win games. There's a reason he did not get a rookie contract extension, Terry, when the deadline passed at 6 p.m. last night.
No, for sure. And then let's not forget about a defensive player of the year type guy in Lou Dort, who gave people fits years ago. And I like that he doesn't have to be in a more advanced role again this year because Chet's coming back. So I think I like this team. Coming in at number 8, I don't think that's too far-fetched. Last year, they kind of caught some people by surprise. Of course, the media darling, OKC, of course, your boy Sam Presti always fucking collecting assets and shit. I think this might be the year, bro. Let's see what Chet's got and make a move, man. Make a move. But last year they won 40 games. This year, if they come in 8, they'll probably win around 44. They're over under 44.5. Offensively, they're fucking good. Let's see what they can do defensively with Chet coming back. What you think? 8?
I'm with it. I'm actually a little higher on them than you were.
Oh, wow. Super high.
Yeah. I had them 7, so around the same range. Around the same. The one thing that does concern me, Terry, is the back half of their roster. They're like
It's
10,
bad. Yeah.
10 through 15
It's bad.
is
It's
disgusting. Like
bad.
I'm trying
10,
to
you might say 8, honestly.
right. I'm trying to pull up right now their roster so I can see these guys.
Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Josh Giddey, the other Jalen Williams,
Mm-hmm.
Pokuševski, Milic. I don't really know who he is. Overseas guy. Cason Wallace might get some time.
Vasily Micic is a like Pablo Prigioni type dude. So he could actually be good for them.
But I mean, like last year, Kendrick Williams got a lot of time last year.
I like him. I like Kendrick Williams.
Yeah, he's decent. Isaiah Joe got a decent amount of time last year. Keontae Johnson. I don't know. I mean,
and then we start to get into the guys who I'm worried about: Davis Bertans, Rudy Gay, Victor Oladipo, Ty Washington, and Usman Garuba.
They just signed Rudy Gay too, which didn't really make a lot of sense to me. I guess I like a vet. I like a vet. We can't become the new fucking GMs. Was like vets. They mean nothing. We want young assets.
Rudy Gay is terrible. There's a reason that we cut him outright. Like
no, he doesn't have to play though.
Yeah. Well, they better hope he doesn't have to play because, like I said, their last 5 guys on the roster are terrible.
I think I like Rudy Gay just saying stuff, not actually giving them minutes.
Right. Well, then making him an assistant coach then.
Did Melo retire?
Yeah.
Damn. I feel like I would have liked Melo as a fucking vet guy, but whatever.
I'm with you, man. I've been banging the Melo drum for, 2 seasons now, but I've given up.
It's done. Hey, man. I don't know. SJ, first team All-NBA last year. Let's see what he can do this year. He's got a running mate. I think he's definitely got a legit running mate now. Chet has been looking good in the preseason. I've been watching him. He looks good, so.
Big year for Josh Giddey, who has to show that he can do other stuff beside, like when the ball is not in his hands.
He's got to shoot better.
He's got to shoot better. He's got to punish mismatches on the block better and be a playmaker with his back to the basket. With SGA up there and Chet getting more minutes and Jalen Williams ascending as the third or second best player on the team, Giddey, you're not going to have the ball as much as you did during these tanking terrible years where you're getting 8 assists and running a billion pick and rolls. He's going to have to learn how to get in how he fits in and be a more efficient player doing so.
So he shot 32% from 3 last year, but for as open as he was, a lot, I'm going to need to see that jump about 5 percentage points, bro.
Yep.
37%. I need that. Because you're going to be open a lot. He's going to be open a lot.
Big year for Josh Giddey. Big
year. It is a
year.
Huge year. And he rebounded really well, though, for his size. He got 8 rebounds a game, which is fucking insane. Yeah. But we might need that too, bro. We need all of it. We need you to be better. For this team to be good, you need to be better. If he's really good, though, honestly, they're definitely going to be better than 8. But I'm not going to be like everybody and just hop on the fucking bandwagon and say they're going to be one of the top 5 teams in the West. I'm not seeing that yet. It takes time. I will say this, though. I could see them hopping above my next team.
Okay.
Oh, did we do over under 44.5? What'd you say?
Over.
Over for the Thunder, 44.5. We're going to revisit this at the end of the year. I'm going to revisit this shit at the end of the year. I'm going to go 44.5 is crazy. I'm going to go under slightly, though. I could see 44 would be under, and I think 44 might be cool. 44 might be cool. But I'm going to move up to number 7. Another big key addition coming back who missed pretty much a majority of the season.
God.
Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow.
I'm not. Hey, look, last year, let's not all forget, last year in our Western Conference, because me and Garrett switch conferences each year, you had them coming in at what, number 2?
3.
Or was it number 3? It was, yeah. You had them as a 3rd seed, which is fucking absolutely insane. Do you disagree with my number 7 as a Timberwolves? It kind of sounds like it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, big time, huh?
Yeah, right. I'm sure we'll talk about it more when you get to some of these teams who I had ranked well below at this point. I had the Timberwolves as my 5th best team in the West this year.
All right, interesting. So, look, they're getting Cat back, but they still got a problem. And that one problem is French. And that one problem is too tall and too stupid. He needs to get off the court at points. I don't like how many minutes he plays. Look, I've hated him my whole career. His whole career as a basketball player. Rudy Gobert, man, they got to figure out this big lineup. I don't know if they should stagger it. I'm not really sure what to do with it, but It's not
Trade
about
Carl
them.
Anthony Towns. That's what to do
Why?
with it. Because he's not a winning player. We've seen it for like 8 years in a row. What position does he guard?
Air.
Okay. Trade him to Denver where there's less of it.
I said H2O. Yeah, look, bro. He's a quality player. He's going to add spacing offensively. Look, honestly, up to now, I don't think a lot of these teams are good defensively. From Portland to right now, I don't think there's a single team on here that's good defensively, that we've been naming. So.
Minnesota will be. For all the trash that I just talked about Karl Anthony Towns and you just talked about Rudy Gobert, when the two of them were on the court last year, Terry, they had a top 10 defense. I bet your eyes would have never thought that, based on the analytics. But yeah, they were still a top 10 defense with those two guys on the floor.
That's interesting, man.
Mike Conley is an absolute bona fide winner. He came in and gave them a lot of stability. Took away the chucking of D'Angelo Russell, which held them down. We saw them probably play the Nuggets better than anybody in the playoffs.
That's true. That is true. They were the 8th seed. They snuck in.
According to Karl Anthony Towns, that was more impressive than the Nuggets winning a championship. And we talked about FIBA guys. Anthony Edwards probably had the best summer out of anybody. Taking a leap, being like, I'm the Kobe of this Team USA team.
Franz.
Franz Wagner. He might be most improved this year, but
you could probably say out of the Americans. Possibly.
I just think they got too many good players, and they got a foundation to be a really good defense. They just re-signed Jalen McDaniels to a big deal. Mike Conley is a good defender. We know what Gobert does.
They're all good.
Anthony Edwards is an excellent individual defender. He gets better as a team defender every year. The only guy who can't play defense is Karl Anthony Towns.
Excuse me. Mike Conley is 30-something years old. He's going to be starting.
He still plays better defense than D'Angelo Russell did.
If you compare him to him, I got you on that one.
Yeah. And they got Slow-Mo.
Shake Milton.
They got Slow-Mo coming off the bench, who's a great defender. Shake Milton's a good defender.
Troy Brown Jr.
He's decent. And who else am I forgetting, Terry?
They got Edwards,
my guy, Naz Reid. My guy, Naz Reid, who I love.
I think they're only 6. I think they're only 6, maybe 7 deep. I like Shake Milton offensively. Troy Brown Jr.
You just catch and shoot.
Yeah. If he plays. I don't know, brother. I like Conley, but another year, Mike Conley, man. It's
I like the top 8, top 7 on this team, bro. I think it's just
season though.
Too many good, competent players, and if they have to lean on Anthony Edwards a little bit when Mike Conley is resting or doing load management or whatever the hell they call it these days.
What if he gets hurt? That's my problem. What if Mike Conley Jr. gets hurt? Who's running the point? Kyle Anderson? Shake Milton?
Austin Rivers?
Nah, he's not a point at all. I like Austin Rivers, but he's not a point guard at all. He's definitely way more of a combo, taking shots away from Anthony
Probably
Edwards.
Ant, to be honest.
Yeah, but then he's got the ball all the time, just scoring and going to be the facilitator, dude. That's not him. He's not that type of guy. He's a scorer, bro. He got 4 assists last year, which is cool. He's not Devin Booker. He's more of a Michael Jordan. He's trying to get buckets, bro.
All right, well then trade Karl Anthony Towns for Emmanuel Quickley and Julius Randle.
That's an interesting trade that probably will not happen because that's way too many. We're not doing that. Get the fuck out of here. We're happy with our team. Don't mess with New York. Hold on. Don't move on. I like Anthony Edwards, but I just don't think you are higher on some of the dudes. I just think because this is just regular season, they don't really have backup insurance for Mike Conley Jr. and what he does for the team. Not like you can throw in a guard and a guard can plug in and be fine. But what Mike Conley does for the team, as far as like offensively, coach on the floor type shit, they don't really have anybody else on their bench that can do what he does. Cat only played 29 games to come back off injury, and we still don't really know how he fits with Ant, and you don't like him defensively. I just don't see them making this huge leap to get like 47 wins. I don't see
They
it.
could still make another move. You know, the Washington Wizards have
They
two
can.
point guards who would be good fits in Tyus Jones and DeLon Wright. You
Oh, I
know,
thought you were
either
about to say Jordan Poole. Oof.
oh fuck no.
I was like, oh my god.
He's a great fit for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's go over the second apron for Jordan Poole.
But you know,
Hell
if Mike
no.
Conley gets injured, you can throw them 2 seconds for one of those guys and be just fine. So I'm not as worried about the Timberwolves. I'm high on them again this year.
Back to back. You'll die on this sword? So you're dying on the up. We
Yeah.
all this conversation about not dying on the up. You're gonna die on this up.
I'll die on this up. Some of these other teams that you haven't mentioned yet, I just don't understand it. But I'm sure we'll get around to them. I'm not gonna die on that sword.
I like Ant. Ant's cool. Over under 45.5. Kind of high for me, but you got the high on these boys.
What did I say for the Thunder and for the Kings? What were their over unders?
You said over. They both had the same 44.5. The Pelicans, Kings, and Thunder have the same over and under at 44.5. You said over Thunder, under Kings, under Pelicans.
Yeah, I think I gotta take the over then. Just mathematically.
45.5. 46 wins for the T-Wolves. And they had, what, 42 wins last year? Let me check on this. They had 42 and 40.
Sounds about right.
Whew. All right. It's not inconceivable. I always say that word, and I don't know if I say it right every fucking time.
Unconceivable.
There we go. I say
No.
and I'm like, is it in or is it un?
No, it is in. It is in.
Oh, okay. It's inconceivable. It's not inconceivable if they win that many, but I'm going to go under on the T-Wolves. I got them at 45 wins exactly. I wouldn't bet money on that, though. I'd leave that one alone. But
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
They're a tough team, bro. They're hard to figure out. They did have a plus point differential last year, and it all signs say they'll probably get better, but I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, usually that happens when D'Angelo Russell leaves your team.
Nah, that's facts. All right. I should probably... Hey, look up Mike Conley's record with the Timberwolves while I talk about the next team.
All right.
All right. We're moving on to number 7. Very controversial. There's a star player on their team that is going to miss a decent amount of games. And I think we know who it is. Mr. Shoot 'em up himself.
Oh,
John
Lord.
Morant.
They were 12 and 12, by the way, with Mike Conley.
Ah, okay. Okay. I don't like those numbers. I thought it was a lot better than that. 12 and 12 doesn't give me much confidence. I think I like my prediction at 7. Number 6, I'm going to Memphis Grizzlies. Shout out John Morant. He's missing 25 games. Like we said, though, he's missed many games, and they've been fine without him. Shout out Taylor Jenkins. Great fucking coach. They're getting Steven Adams back. He's probably going to get hurt like he always does each year. But
Terry, do you not know?
What?
He's out for the season.
Let's go. Damn. When did it happen? Did it happen a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
2 days ago. Yeah, he just had
Damn.
surgery on his knee. He's out for the whole year.
Oh, man. That really hurts. Well,
Does
they
that
probably won't be
change anything for you?
I mean, coming in, maybe. Jaren Jackson, you're going to have to get more than 6 rebounds a game. I can tell you that.
May I remind you that their other big man, Brandon Clark, is also out for the whole season?
2 biggies gone?
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr., you're going to have to get more than 8 rebounds a game then.
You're going to have to get more than 26 minutes a game is what you're going to have to do.
Like key additions, Derrick Rose, Marcus Smart, 2 vets, 2 winners. Desmond Bane's going to have to step up, bro. I mean, didn't we say they had one of the deepest teams in the league? They're all going to have to step up. Zaire Williams, Xavier Tillman, Aldama, Kenny Lofton Jr. might have to do some shit. They're going to have to step it up,
Came
bro.
to training camp, Terry, at 310 pounds.
He's a big kid. Wait, which one? He's a big kid.
Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton? Big
Yeah.
fella.
Oh, my goodness, sir.
David Roddy the body. He's going to have to step it up. They got a deep-ass team. I like their coach. He's a great fucking coach. I know Ja's gone, but they're kind of used to that. He always gets hurt like 15 games a season anyways. Plus, Derrick Rose, I like what he was doing in the preseason. So they got a good mindset, man. And it seems like they got rid of the cancer of the team and Dylan Brooks, who looked fine in FIBA ball, if you ask me. You don't disagree with that, right?
I thought the cancer of the team was suspended for 25 games.
Oh man, I don't know when you went. You went so right wing with me, man, and the gun shit. What happened to you? You and Josh just don't get along. You, Josh, ESPN, you're all in the same fucking villainous.
Did you
Go
see
ahead.
that article that came out about him last week, where
I
they
saw
talked
it.
to
I
all
saw
the
it.
local store owners and everything, and
Yeah, yeah. I saw
talked
it.
about how he's completely changed up and all this other bullshit.
Yeah, I saw it.
He needs Michael Irvin to give him one of those chats like he gave to his son.
Apparently, T Morant's the problem too. It's not Ja, but we kind of talked about that. I don't want to talk about someone's dad though. I'm not doing that.
Well, you know what? He puts himself in the public eye constantly.
He does.
Like
He does.
he's getting blacked out at games trying to fight Shannon Sharp. Like we wouldn't be talking about you if you weren't doing stupid shit like that.
Nah, that's true. But look, man, they got the grit and the grind. I think they'll be okay. They're a tough ass team. The score is going to be, dispersed between Jaren Jackson. I like the way Jaren Jackson looked like offensively with FIBA. Desmond Bain, we know he's a decent scorer. I know you don't like negative wingspan guys, but he's a really good player. And
I
their
love
bench plays
Desmond
hard as
Bain.
fuck.
I love Desmond Bain.
Okay,
I think he's due for a big year. Might even make All-Star this year.
This year he needs it because
That's
going to
be the one bright
spot.
spot. Yeah, that's going to be the one bright spot. You guys, Tyus Jones, I can't say it enough how big he was in like helping them get that positive win record with Ja out. Now you replace him with Derrick Rose, who the Knicks started winning as soon as Tom Thibodeau stopped playing him. We're going to replace a dude who made all defense in Dylan Brooks with Marcus Smart, who fell off a goddamn cliff and couldn't guard anybody last year.
Defensive player of the year 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then he fell off a cliff. He was like, I did it, guys. I got nothing else to strive for. Steven Adams is gone for the year. Brandon Clark's gone for the year. You're going to have to play Luke Kennard. The whole team is small as fuck.
It is
Jaren Jackson Jr., he's going to be starting at center. We saw what that looked like in FIBA, where he got 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game against Canada, the only team that we played that's worth a shit. He's going to have to be a full-time center this year. I have no confidence that he's going to be able to play over 33 minutes a game and stay on the court.
33 minutes? Wow.
Yeah, they're going to be starting power forwards who are 6'5".
What if they signed Dwight Howard?
They're going to have at one time on the court, in important moments, they're going to have 6'2" Derrick Rose, 6'3" Desmond Bain with a negative wingspan, 6'3" Marcus Smart, and 6'3" Luke Kennard.
They're not all going to be on the court at the same time.
You don't think so?
It'll probably be Xavier Tillman. Their crunch time lineup, I'm a little confused.
Xavier Tillman, start at power forward.
It'll probably be Jaren Jackson, Xavier Tillman, Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain. Or do you think it's going to be D Rose, Desmond Bain?
So Marcus Smart is going to play point guard now?
They don't.
And you have this team,
Rose or Smart.
You have them making the playoffs outright, not even a play-in with this.
And Taylor Jenkins, we believe, dog. He pulled it together.
I believed in the Tooth Fairy too, but then I woke up and grew the fuck up.
You were one of the main people. Now, I'm not even gonna say the national media, but you said the Grizzlies are better without Ja Morant, and now you're gonna give me all this shit because he's gone for 25 games, and
they don't have Tyus Jones. They don't have Steven Adams. Like they had all these pillars. Brandon Clark was in the 6-man of the year race before he got hurt last season. Like it's just too much. They've lost too much. Their best player is not playing over a quarter of the season. Like, it's too many injuries. It's too much unavailability. It's too many guys now that you have to shoehorn and be like, well, he can do this on a part-time basis. I'm sure he'll be able to do it on a full-time basis. I'm not sure. In fact, I'm sure it's not going to work. I have the Grizzlies in a play-in game.
Ooh. Grizzlies record all-time without Ja?
Under. Oh, sorry.
The Grizzlies' all-time record without Ja is 37-24, bro. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is here now, or the ghost of Derrick Rose.
Actually, last year was their worst record without him.
The ghost of Derrick Rose, actually.
Hey, look, it could go either way, so I'm not gonna sit here and like super argue the case. Like, it's possible. I didn't even know when I did this, Steven Adams was still playing. When I was doing all this research, Steven Adams was still fucking playing for the rest of the season. He was back. Now he's gone. 45.5 is over under, though.
Under.
I'm going to go over.
Okay. If I'm going to be wrong, I'm not going to do it betting on a bunch of fat boy backups. I tell you that much.
All right, number 5. I don't feel great about it, but I think they're going to add someone to the squad.
Okay.
You know
go.
they're not going to be any higher because I'll never put them higher than 5 ever in my fucking life. You know how badly I hate the Clippers, but they're the number 5 team. It's the Clips. Kawhi, Paul George. They always somehow, like, when you think they're bad, when when people bet on them and they hope they're good, they somehow always end up 5, 6, 7.
Lost in the play-in game last year. Didn't make the playoffs.
It wasn't the year Paul George got COVID, right? When it was only one game.
Nope.
And he knew he had to stay away from everybody, and he still got COVID for the one game and didn't get to play in it.
You're right, Terry. 2 games in a row they missed the playoffs. 2 seasons in a row.
Cool. Paul George, Kawhi, listen to me. And you got Russell. He's the leader. Russell Westbrook is your leader now. He's the guy that's going to be telling you guys what to do. I still think they're going to make that move for James Harden out there. And if you got James Harden, Kawhi, Paul George, that's 46 wins to me, bro. 46, 47, 48 wins.
So your whole prediction is based off of a trade that has not happened.
It's got to be, right? It's got to be. I mean, last year.
That's why I would not pick them to be. That's why I would not pick them to be this high.
But I'm just saying, what did we do last year with the Nets? I did the same shit with Kyrie this year. It's like you got to predict these things up and down. It's not just going to be like, oh, everybody's going to be healthy, 100% sliders on no injuries. If it was that, the fucking Pelicans would be like the number 2 team. I gotta do it this way. Lakers would be number 1 if nobody got hurt. They got a good fucking team, but who knows? It's all predictions, dog. Not much I can say about it.
Well, defend your prediction, sir, that the Clippers are the 5 seed in the West after missing the playoffs for 2 years in a row. Defend yourself, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. They were the 5th seed last year. What are you talking about? They were 44 and 38.
Wait a minute. Then how'd they miss the playoffs?
They didn't. They lost to the Suns in the first round.
That's right. Kawhi had that one good game, and then they just got smacked the rest of the time. Yeah.
Kawhi absolutely flamed Kevin Durant like he did when Jaja fucking murdered him and put his goddamn leg under his ankle and took him out the series.
Yep.
No more of this rest management bullshit. The NBA is cutting that shit out unless the Clippers want to get fined. I know Kawhi came out publicly and said, you ain't going to make me do anything. Yeah, unless Steve Ballmer's like, look, dog, I'm not about to get fined like $1 million every week because you act like you don't want to play basketball. I'm predicting Kawhi plays at least 60 games.
What?
Paul George.
What?
Hey, 60 games, baby.
He hasn't played 60 yet. He hasn't played 60 games since he was in San Antonio 7 years ago.
Hold on. Everybody is always wild about him not playing these games, but he gives me at least 50. He gives me at least 50 games. I mean, look, I know he misses a lot of games, but he still played 52 last year. He played 52 the year before.
He played 0 the year before, didn't he?
Yeah, the year before that.
Yeah.
Not that year. My bad. When they actually miss playoffs because he's actually good. If he plays 52 and Paul George plays 52, Russell Westbrook's going to play like 75. So alone, that counts for 5 wins. You're going to say that's reverse because you hate Russell Westbrook. He's a different type of domination, all right? He's back.
Mm-hmm.
I just think their team's good enough. They got stricter rules, like I said, on the rest. I like the Clippers at the 5. I don't think it's wild to say they're at the 5. They're a good team. They've always been a good team.
It's so wild to say they're at the 5, Terry.
Let me check the year before. Even when Kawhi was hurt all season, I'm gonna check where they were.
They were 5 years. We've been waiting 5 years for Paul George and Kawhi.
This is the 5th year, so only 4.
Yeah. So this is the 5th year that we've been waiting for them to play 100 games combined between the two of them. It's never happened. It's not going to happen this year. I don't give it
100 games. How many games did Paul George play last year? Kawhi played 52. He played less than 52.
I think so.
That's crazy. You must have saw the stats somewhere or something, right?
I did. It's stuck in my brain somewhere.
He played 56 games last year. That's more than 100.
Okay.
56, 52.
And you think they're both running that back again? Going to be just as healthy.
Bro, imagine if they both play 50, they're going to be a 5 seed. Their record together is insane. I forgot to give you that fucking stat.
Yeah, how many games did they play together, though? Not one of them played and then the other was off. How many games did they actually, both of them were on the court together?
It's got to be less than 200. Maybe even 175, to be
No,
honest.
no. Just last season. Let me see. Here, you
Last
talk
season?
some.
Oh.
I'm going to do some research.
With 50, just their games together?
Yes.
Like just the record last year?
Yep.
I don't know about just last year, but overall they're 83 and 35 together. Like for the Clippers.
Yeah.
83 and 35 record.
In 4 seasons.
No, I'm just saying
that's
83 and 35.
Okay, but that's 330.
That's a 70% win percentage.
We know that they're great when they play together. The problem is that's out of 322 games, and that's 110 games out of that. That's less than a third of the time.
If they play 50, they both played 50 games last year, and they were a 5th seed. Easy. I'm betting with them. I'm not gonna do what everybody's going. You know, everybody said I'm not going. Like I said it this year, they were like, I'm not gonna bet on the under, or I'd rather bet on the under than the over. This year, I'm reversing everything I've said for the last 4 years. I'm reversing it. I think the Clips are going to be on a strict you got to play diet. Ty Lue's not having this shit. Russell Westbrook's not going to be having this shit either. They're going to play 60 games, Kawhi.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook's going to play 82. That's the problem.
Paul George's going to play a lot as well. And if they get the James Harden trade, he always plays like at least 65 games. So
is Nick Batum going to continue to be a positive NBA player in year 15?
Probably. We didn't think he was going to be a positive NBA player 3 years ago, or when he was on the Bobcats stinking it up, and then he came to the Clippers. We were like, he's a dead man, but actually he's back.
Yeah, when he was wearing a ski mask in Charlotte.
Hey, bro, 83 and 35. If they play just 55 games together this year, I like their chances at a 5 seed. I don't think it's that far fetched to say that they're going to be 5. Where'd you have them on yours?
I had them 9th.
Okay, I mean, even if it's 2.5 games in between all the teams between there, that's not horrible.
I asked StatMuse how many games did Kawhi Leonard and Paul George play together last season. They said, I understood your question, but I don't have any results.
I'm sure it can get broken down.
If I had to guess, I would say probably 25 games or less that they shared the court together in games that they played.
They played 24 and 14 was their record. So they played 38 games.
Oh, 38 games?
Yeah, it was 38. They were 24 and 14 last year.
Now, if they combine to play together in 50 games, yeah, I could see this happening the way that you see. But another game, another year of staggering and Kawhi not playing back-to-backs and Russell Westbrook being the driving engine for the team. And
the leader.
Bones Highland taking 180 shots per 36 minutes.
Terrence Mann.
I'm out on this team, bro. I'm not going to get burnt. Like, it's just like what you said with the Pelicans. Like, if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be wrong on the side of logic. And I got to fade the Clippers this year, man.
Norman Powell, though, 18 points a game. Kenyon Martin Jr., pretty good fucking player. Got out of that horrible situation down there in Houston. Robert Covington, Batum, Mason Plumlee, Marcus Morris, Zubac. They got a good roster.
Yuck.
Just saying. You said yuck. But like, you and I have never, I don't think, been on the side that I'm taking right now. I've always been on the way opposite. I've actually been way, way, way more negative than you have been. I've been saying they are fucking 8 seed and not making the playoffs for a long time.
Yeah, but I've had enough. I finally came over to your side, and that was the same time you came over to my side.
Well, I don't think you did. I feel like you weren't on like loving them either, though. I don't think you were like, oh no, they're definitely a 4 seed or a 3 seed. I don't. Recall
I was putting them like 4 and 5, but you know, I tried to do
that is high.
I tried to do the love and basketball, and you know, open my window up and sneak into your bedroom, and then when I got there, I looked across the street, and you were sitting in my bedroom.
You're right. I got them at 5, bro. I mean, they're better than these other teams if the dudes play. Last year they were 5th seed. It's not far fetched, and like I said, they only played 38 games together, and they're a 5th seed last year. But let's move on. Over under 46.5. What you got?
Under.
All right, I got over. Let's move on. 4 seed. I'm gonna go Lakers. We're gonna keep it moving quick because it's 12:30 and you gotta be out at 12:55. Mm-hmm. Got Lakers at the 4 seed. LeBron and AD. I know AD said he wants to play 82 games. I'm sure everyone wants to play every single game that is on the schedule, but it's not possible. He'll probably play 60. I honestly, with this new rule change to 65, I wish I did the full research last year to see like who would actually be the healthy All NBA. I'm sure one person has it. I'm sure it would have been a lot of research, but I don't think LeBron and AD are ever going to be All NBA again because 65 games is tough. That's a tough ask for them, to be honest with you. But AD had played the, I think, second longest tenure in his Laker career last year from around the trade deadline to the end of the playoffs when they got eliminated by the Nuggets. If he continues to kind of stay healthy and LeBron stays healthy, I can see them being good. With the additions that they added on the trade deadline, they're a good fucking team. They had the second best record in the league after the trade deadline. I like the Lakers, but I got them at 4 just because of injuries and shit. What do you say?
Terry,
You
we're
disagree?
finally back on the same page. I got them at 4 as well.
Lakers at 4? Yeah.
I got questions about their bench, especially the power forward position. I'm not drinking the Rui Hachimura Kool-Aid.
Yeah, no, that was a little much.
I've seen what Torian Prince is as for all my years as a Hawks fan.
Not much.
And then
Christian
him on
Wood?
the Timberwolves. Christian Wood, if LeBron James can turn him into a winning basketball player, that'll be the greatest achievement of his whole career, including the 3-1 comeback.
We said that about Westbrook too, and he fucked it all up.
Yeah, like that. The top end talent is good. The starting 5 is good. Gabe Vincent is going to be a good fit and give them some shooting that they desperately needed. They're 28th in the NBA in 3-point percentage, 29 in 3-pointers attempted. Jared Vanderbilt's not going to help with that, but at least they do have shooters around there.
Defensively,
yeah.
Cam Reddish?
Yikes. I think they're good, but I don't see them like everyone makes all this big ado over their record after they made the trades last season. I do think we see more of that type of team than we did
for sure.
The beginning of the season, but it's hard to sustain that pace for 82 games when you're 39 years old and your second best player hasn't played 82 games in his whole career. And
he played 82 with the Pelicans, not with the Lakers though.
Darvin Ham, you hear this? I want Anthony Davis to shoot 7 3-pointers a game.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm sure that'll help.
He shot like 30% last year from 3. It might have been 29 actually.
Yeah, which was only 2 points worse than LeBron. It was near the top of the league in attempts.
LeBron always stays shooting 34.
Austin
32%.
Reeves, come save us.
He's going to be the key. He got his money. It wasn't the huge bag everybody expected, but he got his money. He's going to be good. Another year of Austin Reeves. What was he, the third best player on Team USA?
Yeah.
You know, it was Edwards,
Halliburton, and him. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they let him take more responsibility of things, I can see them being better than 4. But like you said, it's up to LeBron and AD and their health. We're really just not sure about it, bro. Like I love LeBron, but I'm not sitting here and saying I'm in love with this fucking Lakers LeBron. I don't think he's been super clutch. I think he's honestly lost them a decent amount of games. And this is all due respect. You know he's my favorite player. Correct me if I'm wrong though, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. In the clutch, he hasn't been great for them. His entire career, besides maybe the bubble. And I think that was like his healthiest, I would say. That's why they won the championship. He's 39. He's missed a shitload of games. I don't think he's even played more than 60. Like, maybe once he might have gone past the 60 threshold. So I can't say 39-year-old LeBron is supposed to lead them to a 3, 2, or 1 seed in the West when Phoenix reloaded, Golden State's back, and Denver, of course, doing their thing with a healthy Jamal Murray. 4 seed, baby. That's it.
Couldn't agree more, especially when LeBron said, this is the season I want to pass the torch to AD and have him be the best player on the team. You know, it's hard to do that when AD plays 15 games and looks like an MVP candidate and then gets hurt for another 10 and then takes another 10 to rediscover his form. Then he plays like an MVP, then he gets hurt again, and we repeat the cycle.
Yeah, I'm honestly I'm worried that about him and Team USA. I don't even think he should play for Team USA. If I'm being completely honest.
Also,
But besides the point,
is this finally the year we see Anthony Davis the full time center? Is that now it's going to happen in year 11 after 6 years of talking about it?
yeah, I mean it's
It
just
has
him,
to,
Christian
right?
Woods,
It's him and Christian
Hachimura.
Wood. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean they got rid of all their centers. They got
yeah.
rid of Gabriel. They got rid of who was the other dude on the team that they had last year? Big
Robert
fella.
Sacre.
But they got Jackson Hayes. But he's not going to start though. Like Jackson Hayes is not going to start. So
If they do, if he does, they're in trouble. Yeah, I got a lot of questions. It's good top end talent. They'll probably be better in the postseason than they are in the regular season. But
no,
82
for sure.
games is a long marathon to run, and I'm
Long
not sure
season,
you
bro.
can do that when your top two horses are Anthony Davis playing center for 82 games, which he's shown that he cannot physically handle that, and LeBron
Yeah.
James, who's 39 years old.
Who plays more games, LeBron or Kawhi?
LeBron,
Who plays more games, LeBron or Paul George?
LeBron,
Who plays more games, LeBron or Anthony Davis?
LeBron.
Woo, man, that's a reach, dog. You know, AD played more games than LeBron last year, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't see LeBron having like the foot injury for 2 months. That whole thing. That's kind of a freak joint.
He's old as shit, man. He's getting
Yeah.
hurt all the time now.
But the man spends like $2 million a year on his body. He's going to hyperbaric chambers in Austria. He's getting placenta bath treatments in Germany. He's going to go on a
Hey.
darkness retreat with Aaron Rodgers. Like,
No. Will he finish it or will he quit like Aaron Rodgers did?
oh, LeBron will finish it. He'd be like, listen, I was in the cave. I was down 3-1. I put my head down.
Yeah, okay. He played 56. He said he played the same amount of games as Paul George did last year. He played 56. Actually, he played less. He played 55.
Yeah.
He played less the year before. Hey. Listen to me.
Mhm.
55 games last year. 56 games the year before. 45 games the year before. 67, that's the most he's ever played. And then 55 again. He's played less than 64 out of the 5 seasons he's been in LA.
Terry, how many games do you need to have your stats count among the league leaders for the scoring title?
55.
Yep, he'll play 55 games at least.
Yeah. Because he did no, it was 56. Because he did that when he won. I don't think he got the scoring title that year though, right? Because Embiid passed him or some shit, or Giannis, whoever
Yeah.
the fuck.
Yep, but what you know how LeBron is, man. He's gonna make sure that he's eligible for all of those type of awards. He's gonna get to the 55 number for sure.
Dog, he's got to get to 65. LeBron, no All NBA? That's crazy. That'd be insane. There's no way LeBron doesn't get All NBA. He might even just go in for a 1 minute just to be like 65 games. Fuck you guys.
They got new rules on that actually after Mikal Bridges started doing that for the Nets to keep his streak alive. Yeah,
Okay.
you got to play at least a quarter.
Oh, that's tough. All right, let's keep it moving. Lakers 4. Number 3, you might have a problem with it, but over under Lakers 47.5. Where you at?
Over.
Where you at?
I guess.
Over 47.
I'm
saying over
all
too.
these lines are so good. It's like everyone's going to be
They're
right
pretty good.
there in the same jumble.
Yeah, they're pretty good. The West is tough. I don't know, man. I just don't predict them being healthy. If the Lakers are completely healthy, I'm not gonna say like full 82, but best case scenario for them is like 65, 68 games. I can see them actually being close to a 1 seed though. But we'll keep it moving. I got Warriors at number 3, man. I love Steph. I honestly think Steph is up there with Giannis and Jokic for battling like who's one of the best players in the league.
And MVP.
Yeah. Andrew Wiggins is committed and back to playing. Jordan Poole's gone. The problem's gone. Draymond's back, being another great defensive player for them. The real question mark for me is Klay. It's just Klay. Klay's he looked a little shaky last year, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like exactly what he did for me. This is a contract year for Klay though, so he might turn it up. He might tune it up and actually give us something to watch for. But I don't know. Phoenix is just so ramped up, and the Nuggets are really fucking good. The Warriors were a little shaky last year. Their away record last year was one of the worst in the league. Let me see. What was there? 11-30. I mean, they were down there with Houston and San Antonio as far as like away games.
And what do you have to do for away games, Terry?
Camaraderie, team support, everybody's together as one unit, and Jordan Poole's gone. So that's going to
Yep.
change that a lot. That's why I got him at 3. I couldn't do 2, even though it's going to be a close margin between the wins. But yeah, I mean Golden State, they're a solid fucking team. They're going to be better than they were last year. It's up to them. What are their key additions? Rudy Gay. Are they the ones who got Rudy? No, we said Rudy Gay is on
No, they didn't get Rudy Gay.
OKC, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't get Rudy Gay.
They got Dario Saric, which is an interesting one.
I think he'll be a good fit for them.
Chris Paul, that's the big one.
Yep.
We don't really know exactly what's going to go down with that. And then
they got that guard from what was it, Santa Clara or whatever, Pajminski, the dude who can pass and shoot. Help stretch the floor.
Yeah. So healthy Gary Payton again, Jonathan Kuminga, hopefully we can see what he can do. And then like we said, Andrew Wiggins is going to be back playing majority of the season, we hope. We don't know. But that was a championship team that they had minus Jordan Poole, who didn't do much for them anyways. It was pretty much Gary Payton, Looney, Wiggins, Green, Clay, Steph. That team is back. Minus Otto Porter Jr., who helped them with 3-point shooting. But I like the team. Steph, if he's healthy, they're going to be fine. Chris Paul's going to be on minute restrictions, of course. That's what Steve Kerr said. So I like this team.
Yeah.
Chris Paul in the second unit.
I had him same place, Warriors number 3. Completely agree with you, Terry.
I'm actually shocked. I thought you were going to put him at 2, but go ahead.
No, like you, I got a big old monocle that I'm looking at Klay Thompson through, like the Planter's Peanut Man.
Yeah.
You know, last year he couldn't guard a graveyard. He took a billion bad shots. He still somehow scored 20 points a game and had decent percentages. This year,
who he is.
It's like, listen, can you just embrace being like a fucking great role player? Like, maybe just shoot threes when they're open and not like after you've taken 2 dribbles and there's a guy's hand in your face. With with Andrew Wiggins back, he's gonna get to guard like worse players, and he'll get to guard up some, and you know, guard like power forwards and small forwards and stuff that he can stay in front of.
And he wants another contract, bro.
Yeah,
he
does.
Last year on the contract.
So I think this is going to be a renaissance year for Klay. I hope he gets it together. I really do. I think Chris Paul is going to help as well. Get him a diet of some easier shots, have passes right in the pocket with good timing when he's coming off pin downs. The Warriors' biggest problem, you know, besides the road record that you mentioned, turnovers. You know, they've coughed the ball up over and over and over again. Nobody's in the league helps like that more than Chris Paul. He's going to bring that turnovers, that ratio way, way down. As far as the regular season go, Chris Paul has always been a good player, a two-way, plays defense, initiates the offense, keep turnovers down.
It's on a cone, like Patrick Beverly said?
Now, in the playoffs, when we have 7 different games to game plan for you and force you to do stuff that you're uncomfortable with, it's been a different story. But regular season, night to night, Chris Paul is going to help this team tremendously. I agree with you. I think they're finishing 3rd in the West this year.
Yeah. So you're back in on the Chris Paul train?
Yeah.
He was your favorite player for years. You've been hating on him. Oh, you're back. Okay.
This is the last chance, bud. This is last chance you up there in San Francisco.
Last chance for you to still be his fan. All right. I'm gonna give you a different over-under. There's a nice little over-under bet for Chris Paul that I would like for you to answer.
Under 6 feet.
No. Will this be
nut punches? Over under 2.5?
Will this be the least amount of points he'll score in his regular season career? Under or over 13.9 and a half. Well, I can't do a half, but over 13.9 points a game?
Yep. Like you said, he's going to get plenty of minutes with the second unit where he can be more of a focal point. He's going to be playing against some backup guards.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. I don't know. Their actual over-under win is 48.5.
I hate these.
I went under.
Yeah, I want to say under, but they still finish above the Lakers, who I said over for. I'm just all jumbled up at this point.
So that'd be 48 for both of them.
Okay. Well, I'll say exactly that, and they have a tiebreaker, and they win a tiebreaker. I'll go with that, the under.
All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Phoenix is number 2. Now, This is an interesting one because we talked about LeBron's injuries. We talked about Kawhi. We talked about Paul George. We talked about Anthony Davis. A lot of people like to sweep the Kevin Durant injury bug under the rug, but I'm not having it. I'm not having that shit. My man sprained his ankle doing layup drills and missed like 20 games. I'm not having it. This guy gets just as hurt as everybody else. I'm a little worried about my prediction at them being number 2 because if he goes out of games, this shit goes to hell. I love Devin Booker, but he didn't do shit without Chris Paul. I love Bradley Beal, but he likes to win less than 30 games a season when he's the number 1 player on the team.
He likes to play less than 50 games a season.
That is true. He's also the injury bug guy, but if we're throwing injuries out there, he missed a whole season when he was 31 years old. The next season, he only played 35 games in 2021. 2022, played 55 games. And last year, he played 47 games. I'm a little worried because if he goes down, the ship's fucked. Okay? I don't want to hear nothing. If he goes down, the ship's fucked. I think hopefully he gives you 60-something. But if he's down, it's done. I'm not worried if Booker goes down. I'm not worried if Beal goes down. I'm really not worried about their team in general because...
You're not worried if Booker goes down?
Nah, Beal is Booker.
Oh.
They're similar.
Whoa.
They do similar things. You don't think so? I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that big.
That is crazy to me.
Like, I mean, come on.
I think Devin Booker is going to finish top 3 in MVP voting this year. I think he's going to be the best player on the Suns. I do think Kevin Durant is going to miss time, and I think Devin Booker is just going to be such a supernova that they continue to win without Kevin Durant.
I just don't see it. His gravity is not like that, though. Like, last year they won 2 games versus the Nuggets because he went ballistic. But when he did his average regular thing, which was like, 28 a game, shooting around 50%, they lost by 20. He had to go supernova for 2 games for them to win. I'm just saying he's a scorer. He passes okay. He gets the assist numbers and shit. But I'm not out there saying he's a fucking great playmaker. I'm not even making a case for them to be number 2. I'm kind of scared.
Right.
I'm not even
I was like, are you sure that you have number 2?
It's Bradley, KD, and Dev. And they added Eric Gordon. So that's more insurance for scoring. They're going to outscore dudes. It's the regular season. Nobody plays D like that in the regular season. That's my biggest thing. It's just the health for KD. That's all. I just wanted to point that out. I know how you hate Kevin Durant, and you're probably just like, yeah, he's always hurt. But
bro, it's the regular season. They're going to win a ton of games. Like, when it comes to the postseason, then we'll get to see the questions about Yusuf Nurkic and, about...
He's going to get exposed.
Bradley Beal playing point guard in the playoffs. And
Bol,
them not having a bench besides Yuta Watanabe, who may be starting...
Or Bol. I feel like Bol should start over Watanabe.
Unsung hero for the Phoenix Suns season, Grayson Allen. You're going to see a lot more Grayson Allen than you anticipated this year. That's my number 1 prediction. Somehow, because all the talent is so good, I still have them second in the West, same as you, Terry.
Everybody's down on their bench, but honestly, regular season-wise, the energy that Watanabe gives you, Eric Gordon scoring off the bench. Grayson Allen doesn't really get hurt a whole lot, plays a lot of games. Okogie, got to remember he plays a lot of games. He's a good player. Damian Lee, I like him as well. And then you got Nas Little. There's a bunch of dudes that play and they give you high energy. And Keon Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, these dudes are high energy. They play hard, and they're not going to give up easy shit. They might not be great, but I'm not going to sit here and bash them just because they traded for a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, but they're going to star in their role. They're also not going to be overtaxed or asked to do anything they don't do well.
No. They're going to be fine. I think Phoenix is going to be fine. But if KD gets hurt, mark my words. This team, take KD off the team. Mm-hmm. How many wins do you think they get? 42?
Who? Maybe like 44. I do believe in Booker a lot. I do, but I think maybe I'm a little higher on Booker than you are.
We got to be realistic about what he did before Chris Paul. I'm just saying.
I heard that he actually allowed double teams this summer when he was training in his pickup runs. So maybe that'll help prepare him.
All I'm saying is Trae Young took the Hawks to the fucking Western Conference Finals, without a certain person coming over that was an all-star, and DeJounte, Devin Booker couldn't do the same thing. I just need him to step up. That's all I'm asking. Just step up.
I think he will. I think he will.
All right. Well, any objections? We good on this?
We good, brother.
Move on to the last one. All right. Suns over under 51.5. I got
under.
Ooh, okay. And last but not least, the defending champs and the
Over.
best player in the world.
Over the rainbow, over King Kong and the skyscrapers.
52.5 is their over under, so you're going over. We'll both go over on that. I think they're going to ball out. But yeah, Jokic is the best player in the world. I don't want to hear any other arguments. The ESPN fucking rankings is stupid. Did the Ringer have Jokic number one? Because I kept hearing they said they did the top 100, but I never saw the list.
I didn't look at it.
Yeah, but Jokic is the best player in the world. Murray was damn near Kobe Bryant reincarnated last year in the playoffs, fucking averaging 27 points a game. What am I going to say? I don't care about additions or subtractions. If you play with Jokic, you're going to be better. Everybody's talking about Bruce Brown Jr. leaving and blah, blah, blah. Christian Brown can do the same shit. I like Bruce Brown better than Christian Brown, but it's not that big of a drop-off. Michael Porter Jr. always doing his thing. Aaron Gordon's going to do his shit. They got a good team. They got a starting lineup. They've been playing with each other for a while. They're going to win. Continuity, regular season. Jokic doesn't get hurt often.
He doesn't jump. He doesn't jump and he doesn't fall. The two biggest ways to get injured, he doesn't do either. He's going to be just fine.
Best offense in the league last year and the year before. We just kind of forgot. Not the year before because of the Murray injury, but the year before that. We kind of forgot. We just kind of forgot because Murray missed the season. And I forgot too because you had them number one last year and I was like, you're fucking taking the piss out of everything. But you were actually right. I was shocked. But yeah, I think Nuggets repeat. Not as champions, but as a number one seed. Objections?
None here, sir.
Best player in the world.
I agree with what you said about Bruce Brown. Like, he was really valuable, but they got a bunch of good rookies and a second-year player, Peyton Watson, and Christian Brown, who you mentioned, to come take those minutes. All the guys they drafted are like 23 and 24 years old and ready to come right in.
Yeah.
Apparently, they got some dude who's an Andre Miller clone who can be a backup point guard who's ready for this and doesn't make mistakes and gets them into good offense.
So Reggie Jackson's not going to be the backup point?
Nah, we'll see how long that lasts.
Their starting lineup, I think, is probably one of the best in the league, though.
I will
shooters
say,
and Aaron Gordon.
Once again, I got the same question. Backup center. We going to play Zeke Naji there, who's really like a switchable 5, stretch the court out type of dude? Because then you're going to need a whole new defensive scheme for when he's on the court. Are we going to play DeAndre Jordan legitimate minutes behind Jokic?
He's not going to play. He's not going to play. He's just there for stuff.
That's my only question mark for this team is backup center. And
that's what they asked last year.
Yeah, and they rolled just fine. Jokic's like, you know what? In the playoffs, I'll play 40-some minutes a game. Doesn't matter. We'll play Aaron Gordon as the backup center.
That was the difference, though, because last year in the playoffs, when Jokic was off, I think the point differential or the rating or whatever, net rating was negative 0.1, which is literally just they played it even. And in the regular season, it was like
that's all you need.
Was like, regular season it was like -8. It'll probably still be like that in the regular season because they're not going to just play Jokic 40 minutes a game. But
but they'll beat people by 15 points per 100 possessions when he's out there. So
just being good,
yeah. I got no arguments here, sir. They're the number one team in the West, number one team in the NBA. We'll see if they do add to that center position. I think, just having some competent guy like Mason Plumlee or something probably would help. But
probably, yeah. Thomas Bryant was kind of a loss. That was kind of a loss. But
if that gets bad, they can find somebody before the trade deadline. Like that's no big deal to find a backup big.
I don't think it's a problem. Because Jokic is going to play 40 minutes in the playoffs. I really don't think it's a problem. It's just not. It's a regular season problem. It's not a fucking,
all right,
playoff
Well, Terry, let me give my biggest beefs then with your list.
Go ahead. You're at your time limit if you want to keep going, though.
Yeah, I'm going to make it quick. Biggest beefs, Clippers at 5.
Of course.
Absolutely ridiculous. The Grizzlies.
Somebody's got to finish there.
The Grizzlies at 6.
Yeah.
especially considering the fact that you didn't know Steven Adams got hurt for the year. That may push that one down a little bit farther if you look back on that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the Kings, who you had at 9 or 10.
9.
I have at 6.
9. Yeah, I had him at 9.
And once again, can't quit them. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, God.
I had as the number 5 seed in the Western Conference.
Haven't learned your lesson, huh?
Those are my 4 biggest beefs. What can I say? I love big guys. Naz Reid will always have a timeshare in my heart.
Nah, it's all good, man. Hey, but that's your Western Conference NBA preview. NBA season, like we said, starts tonight, October 24th. When are we dropping this? Tomorrow? Tonight?
No, tonight. I'm about to put it out after my meeting. I'm going to make sure that it's up. Yep. We got the Eastern Conference that's already up. We got the Western Conference that you're already listening to. Make sure to check them both out and have a great time in the first night of the most wonderful time of the year when we have Champions League soccer, NFL football, and the NBA returns.
Yep. Let's go Knicks. Season's up. North Carolina continue to stand up. We out of here. Kai Jones, miss you.
New York, sit down.
Oh, no. Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.